Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
They say that one man's trash is another man's treasure.
I already don't like the start of today's second date update.
And that's why Tim is on the phone for a second date update today. He found a discarded date.
No, listen.
And then he swooped in and got a date with her.
Discarded.
Tim, now I don't want to call your date trash. It was just an analogy, okay?
Yeah, I get that.
Tell us about the garbage pickup. How'd it go?
Yeah. Well, let me back up. I went out that night to go see a play, and I just went by myself. So I go to the theater, and I'm there, and down the row, a couple seats down, there's this girl, and she was pretty cute. So I smile at her, and she sort of smiles back.
Did you throw her a wink, too?
No, I did the polite, like smile, head nod, just like, hello, hi.
Like bite the lower lip, like,
Oh my God, Jubal.
You're so creepy.
Yeah.
Any of the proper moves or just simply a smile?
Maybe I should have done that.
Yeah, you start talking about how this woman sounds like a sweater from Goodwill, and now you're... All right. So you smiled at her.
I did, and the seat next to her is vacant. So I get a little courage, and I kind of walk down a little bit to the aisle, and I just said, hey, is anybody sitting in the seat? And she said, yeah, someone else is going to come take the seat.
Okay, and then that's when you yelled at her.
Ouch.
Why are you yelling at her now?
He was upset.
No.
Oh, you didn't yell at her.
No, I just said, oh, okay. I didn't ask who, the seat was for.
Right, because it's none of your business because she's a complete stranger in a theater.
Yeah, but she also didn't say, who it was for either.
Yeah.
If it was her husband, I imagine she would say, no, it's for my husband or my boyfriend.
Right. She probably would have let you know, stop hitting on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the nicest way possible.
I feel like seat taken is already stop hitting on me. Why are you guys saying, no, actually I'm married, I'm in a very long relationship, and this seat has been taken by him?
Maybe there's this possibility that the seat is, just for one of a girlfriend, a friend of hers that she went to see the play with.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you went back to your regular seat then?
I did. I said, oh, okay, well, enjoy the show. And then I went back and the show started a few, minutes later and it was good.
Okay.
But then through the show, I sort of kept an eye just looking over by her to see if anybody had showed up.
You almost sound like you're starting to get a little creepy. The guy at the end of the row that keeps looking over at her during the play.
I did it. That's the thing. I didn't want to, so I kind of did the peripheral vision to see if there's any action happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so intermission comes, and no one had showed up.
Ooh, the mysterious vacant seat. She's either lying to you or the person didn't show up.
So, I went out, I got something to drink, do the intermission stuff, and when I came back in, I came in, so I walked past her to get into the aisle.
Okay.
And as I walked past her, I just said, hey, the seat's still taken? And she said,
You're relentless.
no, they didn't show. And I said, oh, well, do you mind if I sit there? And she said, sure. So I sat down.
Yeah, good persistence.
Okay.
I would have felt weird going back up to her being like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? You said somebody was coming for that seat, but it's been open this whole time, and I've had my eye on that seat, so...
What's the deal?
Yeah. Are you a liar? You just lie to everybody? What's going on with you?
It is
I
kind
didn't
of...
want to seem that way. I didn't want to seem like a creepy guy. It was more like, I felt bad, like she got stood up on her date.
It's kind of awkward, though. I mean, you're putting her in a position like, what is she going to do? Stick to the lie at that point? No, someone's still coming for the last half of the play?
But the good thing is the play finishes, and we start talking, and then I just said, do you want to go grab something to eat? And she said, yeah, sure, that'd be great. So
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So we left, and we walked to a place, and we sit down, and, we talk for a little while. We get a drink. We get some food. Conversation's great. It's not creepy at all. And I noticed, though, that she's starting to get a little, tired. And so I was like, oh, you know what? Why don't we just call it a night? And she said, yeah, that'd be great. So I walked her to her car, said goodnight, gave her a hug, and said, can I call you? And she said, sure.
Awesome.
And so I texted her a couple times, and I never heard back. And I was, I thought things had gone well. And, then I emailed you guys.
Did you ever find out who the seat was for?
We didn't talk about it at dinner because I thought if I brought it up and she did get stood up, it would be uncomfortable or make her feel bad. So I just stayed away from it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Pretty smart, yeah.
So how long has
Yeah.
it been since you guys went to dinner?
It's been like a week and a half.
A week and a half. Okay, so she's definitely blowing you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I just started thinking about why, who was that seat for? Maybe it was for a boyfriend, or someone that she was dating, and he finally showed up, and now she's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. Maybe I was too forward, Maybe I was the creepy guy in the theater trying to steal the seat. Or, so that's why I emailed you guys.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, great, thanks.
All right, man, just hold on.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I forgot to ask the most important question about today's second date update. If you just missed the first part, Tim is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Sarah today. They actually met at a play. She had an empty seat next to her. At the beginning of the play, he asked if he could sit in it because he wanted to move seats and sit next to her because he thought she was hot. And she said it was taken. And then after intermission, he saw the seat was still open, so he asked her again. She ended up saying, yes, you can sit in the seat because whoever she was waiting for didn't show up. After the play, they went to dinner, had a great time, but now she's not calling him back. And I forgot to ask Tim this, and I'm sorry about that, everybody listening. I know that you really want to know. Tim, how was the play?
No one cares about that.
Scale of 1 to 5 stars. What are we talking?
Well, the first act, I was a little distracted because I was, trying to figure out what the empty seat was about. So I think it was a 3.
Okay, good. All right,
my
cool.
God.
Should we even do the second date update now, or have we gotten that all cleared up?
No, I would still want to know why she never called back.
Okay.
And Tim, you can't remember any awkward moments you guys had when you went for dinner and drinks after the play?
No, everything was real casual and cool, and I thought I was being very polite, and I asked a lot of questions about her, what she liked. I thought it was a good conversation.
You actually seem very charming and like a good listener, so I'll give you props on that.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Horrible play reviewer, but
Yeah,
good
Jubal's got a
listener.
point.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Sarah there?
Yeah, this is Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. What's this regarding?
Well, it's regarding a date that you went on just a little while ago.
Okay.
I know we started off
Yeah.
so businesslike, didn't we?
I know. You might not even think of this as a date, but you recently hung out with somebody, and they've been trying to get a hold of you to get another date, but you're not calling them back. So they emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Oh, geez.
Weird, I know.
Good.
His name is Tim.
Seriously?
Yeah. He told us about how he met you at a play, and then you had dinner after.
So he contacted you to get a hold of me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Apparently, he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not returning any of his phone calls or text messages.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into it, I guess.
Oh,
Oh.
it sounded almost like for a second you were excited that he contacted us.
I was more surprised, not excited.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
That's
Read
it.
that wrong then.
Yeah.
Well, Tim told us about how you guys hung out. He said that it seemed like you had a great time, and he's confused.
Wow. I think he's an interesting person. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him.
Can I tell you what I think it is? And you let me know if I'm right or wrong.
Okay.
So he said that when he saw you at the play, you had an empty seat next to you. And he asked you like twice if he could sit in it. The first time you said you were waiting for somebody to show up. The next time you said, sure, they didn't show up. Were you waiting for a boyfriend or a husband or something like that?
No. I'm definitely single.
Okay.
I actually just got canceled on by a friend.
So,
Okay.
I mean, why would you say yes to him sitting there when he asked the second time and yes to dinner if you weren't interested in him?
I mean, I was interested in him, but I'd only known him for like 10 seconds. And, that kind of changed once I got to know him.
Oh.
Really? I told him after we talked to him that he was charming and a good listener. Apparently, I also had a bad read on that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fine. And then at dinner, I just sort of got some red flags.
Wow.
What sort of red flags? Can you tell us?
Basically, we were walking into the restaurant, and he steps on my heel. And he just says, oops. And that kind of caught me off guard.
Huh?
So he stepped on your shoe and then said oops.
Yeah, and normal people would apologize if you just stepped on someone, right?
Oh, yeah. He didn't say sorry about that?
No, like he didn't say sorry. It was really strange. And then at dinner, later, he knocks over his glass and it breaks.
Oh.
And when the waitress comes and picks it up, he just says, the glass fell.
Oh, so
No apology.
What?
he didn't take
Okay.
responsibility for the shoe or the glass.
Yeah, exactly. No apology. You know, if that would have been me, I would have been so embarrassed because, you know, you've broken the restaurant's glass.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he didn't apologize at all.
So was he kind of a jerk then, just pointing out, hey, glass on the ground, pick it up, please?
Honestly, it kind of read like that. And
Whoa.
that is just not what I'm looking for. I'm just not into somebody who can't say that they're sorry. You know, I'm looking for someone who's more polite and can admit when they've done something wrong, when they've stepped on someone maybe or broken someone else's property.
Wow. but
How
that's-
I mean, it's the first date. And you'd think on the first date, that's when you want to be the most polite. And
yeah.
I think he just has some kind of problem where he can't say he's sorry.
Okay.
Really?
I know a
Sarah,
lot of men
I want
like
to let
that.
you know that I don't have that problem. And I want to tell you that I'm sorry to break the news, but Tim is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Tim, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Tim, is that you?
It's me. Hey.
Ugh.
So awkward.
Is that the real reason why you didn't call me back? Because I didn't say sorry?
Yeah, that's the reason.
Wow.
I'm sorry. See, I can say it.
But I don't know why you're saying it.
Why I just said I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's just an empty sorry.
What?
Wait, now you need sorries with depth?
No, it just seems like, you know, for me, so we were walking in the restaurant. We were in the middle of a conversation, and I know what you're talking about. I stepped on your heel, and I sort of just went like, oops, it went back to the conversation.
Yeah.
It was like, it sort of looks like a toss-off that it happened. It didn't happen on purpose, and it was in the middle of a conversation, so it was just like, oh, oops, and we just continued. I didn't think it was that big of a red flag.
A normal person would say I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I didn't step on you. I stepped on your shoe.
Tim, are you
Tim, you're
serious?
not-
Come on.
I would be apologizing if I were you right now.
Yeah, most people would.
Why? Why would I say sorry? I didn't do any of those things on purpose.
Okay,
Wait, so
sometimes
wait.
when you don't do things on purpose, you can still say sorry. Like if you accidentally stepped on a shoe.
Yeah, but those are just those are just empty sorries because I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
So if you were like driving your car and you accidentally hit a pedestrian, you wouldn't apologize for that either because that wasn't on purpose.
Oops.
Well, whose fault was it?
Seriously? Are you serious right now?
That's a good point.
No, I'm just saying.
Your foot stepped on my foot.
Yeah,
How could that be my fault?
it's not your fault. It was an accident. It's no one's fault. It's an oops.
I have
Is it
never really
oops?
dissected the word sorry like we're doing right now.
No, it's just I grew up that if you're going to say sorry, it's meaningful and you should say sorry for something that you did and then you realize it was wrong. Then you're like, oh, you say I'm sorry for that. But when it's like just an accident, like, you know, if you bump into somebody, it's just like, oops. It's not mean. It's not negative. It's just like, oops. And then the life goes on.
Yeah, but like everybody else grew up with common courtesy. So even if you aren't going to say sorry, you say excuse me or I didn't mean to do that.
I just don't agree with that. Like if Sarah and I continued and we got into a relationship and then later on something happens where I should say I'm sorry and I say, hey, Sarah, I'm sorry, it would have such a huge meaning and she would really know, like, wow, he's really sorry.
Hey, I cheated
Yeah.
on you, but I'm really sorry. And you know I don't throw that word around willy-nilly.
No. Yeah, you shouldn't throw it. You're right. You shouldn't throw it around willy-nilly.
That is so not what I expected your response to be to all this, Tim.
Well, I'm not really sorry about it. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Sarah,
Yeah. And you know what, guys, I'm not surprised. Okay, so are we done here?
No, not yet, Sarah. We're
Yeah.
almost done. But I do have to ask you if you would like to go on a second date with Tim. We will pay for it.
You know what? Sorry, no.
It's so immature. It's so immature to say that with that tone. Like, now you're ruining sorry.
You've ruined the
Well,
word.
I find it immature that you can't use your manners that a 6-year-old can use. So maybe practice that.
Six-year-old will say sorry for sneezing. They'll say sorry for anything. Look, I am an adult. I am a grown man. I only say sorry when it counts and when it's needed.
All
I
right.
like that.
Oh, man.
All right, well, sorry. All right, well, sorry. I can't even say sorry now without
Yeah.
thinking about
You
it.
can't.
I won't say sorry because it's not my fault. Tim, you didn't get a second date.
Whatever, man, whatever.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, that dude Tim is right. People throw apologies around with zero meaning these days. He's not wrong. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this guy Tim wanted to call Sarah. They went out on a date, had a lot of fun, but she wasn't calling him back. And the reason why was during the date, he accidentally stepped on her foot, but he didn't say sorry. That's why she wasn't calling back. And then they got into an argument about sorry because he felt like he shouldn't have to apologize because it was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose. And she says he still should have apologized, and then went back and forth talking about what you should and shouldn't say sorry for. In the end, it doesn't really matter because he's not getting another date.
Yeah. There's a lot of debate now about the word sorry.
Yeah.
The text board is
People are
blowing
very
up.
strong about it.
Yes, they are. A lot of people actually supporting him for not saying sorry, and then a lot of people calling him an a-hole. So text in at 78592. What should you say sorry for, and what shouldn't you say sorry for? And it'll be a hot topic we probably won't discuss further because it's kind of boring. Anyway, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We get emails from time to time from people who want to do second date updates, but they're scared to use their name for whatever reason. They want to remain anonymous, like the guy on the phone for today's second date update. Won't even tell me what his name is. I said, fine, we'll give you an alias. How about Farkley as the name? And he said no. He just said he didn't like the name Farkley,
Yeah, because he sounds like a golden retriever.
but we can call him Dennis. So, quote, Dennis is on the phone, end quote. What's up, Dennis?
Hi there, guys. How are you
Hey,
doing?
good, man. First of all, why the alias? Why don't you want us to use your real name?
Well, I just prefer not to have that information out there. It's a public forum here on the radio. I, just prefer to keep it secret.
Dennis, can I just ask you right off the bat, you're not married or anything, right?
No, I'm not. I'm willing to say that. I'm not married.
Okay, you're not
that's
married.
good.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today? What's her name?
Well, her name is Kathy.
Is that her real name or a fake name?
I'd prefer not to say. That's the name I'm giving you.
Well, I'm going to have to
Okay,
call her,
yeah.
so I'm hoping that's her real name.
She's like, Kathy's not here right now. I don't know how to help you.
Well, fair. She'll respond to Kathy.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's her name.
right.
Okay, all right. Where did you meet Kathy?
Or can we know that?
I met her where she works.
Okay, and where does she work?
It's a store in like downtown area.
Okay, and do you work at said store as well, Dennis?
I would rather not say.
What are you going to answer for us then?
We would like to get a little information from you. So far, you've told us that you met a girl whose name could possibly be Kathy. We don't know your name, and you won't tell us where the store is or what you do there.
Well, I understand, just too much information might compromise myself or Kathy, so, I will do my best to answer as much as I can.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to get to the bottom of how your date went, at least. So, did you strike up a conversation at the store and then ask for her phone number, or is that asking too much?
Well, I'll say this much, that I did meet her, I did speak with her, and I found her to be attractive, certainly, and also very unassuming. I felt like she wasn't a threat.
She wasn't
wasn't
a
a
threat.
threat.
What are you?
I have to be cautious. That's all. I really have to be cautious.
Okay.
Oh.
So, what did you guys do for your date? I think probably know the answer, but what did you guys do when you went out?
We went to a place and had a conversation.
Can I ask what type of place it was?
I will tell you it was an eatery of some sort.
An eatery.
Eatery.
Okay,
So you ate food.
Are you able to open up to Kathy and just not us? Like at least on the date you had real conversation?
Honestly, I'd rather not get into the specifics of that. I will say that we had a conversation, and I found it to be engaging. I'll say that.
Okay. So did you have a good time? I feel like you can tell us that without too much information.
I will say that much. We did. I thought it was I thought we had a good time.
Okay.
I
Got
am
a solid answer.
Ooh, we figured out something. So you went out with a girl that you met somewhere, and you went somewhere
You ate
that
something
maybe had
possibly.
food, and then you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, that's all correct.
Okay,
Okay.
so What do you think went wrong in your very vague date?
I will say that I didn't notice anything in particular that might have gone wrong. At the end, we did go back to her place, and I did try to kiss her.
Okay.
But she said to me she didn't want to kiss, and I remember she said specifically, "Let's save it for next time." And I'm sure that's what she said because I made sure to write it down.
What?
You wrote it down?
Like in your diary or what?
Well, I wrote it down when I got back to my car. I had a notepad in my car. I wrote it down.
Okay.
That
so
is
she said,
weird.
let's save the kiss for next time, meaning she probably was hoping for another date with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought, yes.
Why are you writing down what people say?
Well, it's a good tool for remembering conversations. You never know when you're going to have to recall what happened. I try to keep a good record.
Right.
You
Yeah,
are a
you never know when you're going to be calling into a radio station to do a second date update, but not giving them any information other than what the girl said to you at the end of the date.
I'm sorry, guys. I know it sounds ridiculous that I can't say very much, but look, I listen to you guys faithfully every day. I know you guys are very funny and find you very helpful. And I was hoping. Granted, I know I'm cautious, but I'm hoping you can help because, honestly, you're basically the only ones that we can trust.
We meaning
That is.
like the royal we, like you are calling yourself we, or you and her?
Yeah, I'd rather not get into that, but
Of course you rather wouldn't.
but I will say that you guys have no motivation to put us in harm's way. So that's I feel
No,
I feel like I can trust you.
not at all. I want to get you a second date. I'm just hoping this works out because I have no information.
Dennis, are you concerned at all? Because you've heard these second date updates that when we call the other person, Kathy could tell us all sorts of things about you.
Well, I don't think that's possible. She doesn't know enough about me to compromise me in any significant way. And frankly, I'm also very concerned about her safety.
Whoa.
You're concerned about her
What?
safety.
Yes, well, I've tried to contact her since our date each day, and she hasn't responded. So I'm growing, concerned.
What do you mean,
don't
like-
think that maybe she just didn't want to go out with you again?
Based on what I wrote down, let's save it for next time. I'm doubtful.
Okay.
Wait, what could be the worst case scenario here? Like she's kidnapped?
Well, I'd rather not go into the specifics of that, but I'll just say it could be bad, and I'm hoping that you will be able to get her on the phone.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then we'll call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, it's one that's shrouded in mystery. Dennis is on the phone. That's not even his real name. He asked to go by a different name because he doesn't want his real identity out there. He didn't really tell us much about how he met the girl that he wants to call or about the date at all. He didn't really tell us much of anything other than he had a good time and he dropped her off at the end of the night, tried to get a kiss, and she said, what did she say, Dennis? What were her words?
She said, let's save it for next time.
Let's save it for next time, which means that she was probably planning on another date, but now she hasn't called him back, and he's wondering why. And we're going to get her on the phone, and hopefully maybe she'll give us a little more information about your date.
Let's hope.
Dennis?
Well, we'll see. There's really not that much more that she could tell you than what I've already revealed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
this
just
sounds-
no details at all. You tell stories like I do. No wonder my friends don't like hearing stories from me. It's like, how was your day? Yeah, it was all right. Not much happened. That's it. Okay, well, I'm going to dial her number and see if we can get her on the phone and find out what happened, okay?
Okay, thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate this, and I hope you're able to get her.
Yeah, let's see. All right, I'm going to dial her number right now.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Kathy, please?
This is she.
Oh, that is your name. Cool. What's up, Kathy? How are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, I'm good. I'm sorry, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, sorry. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, you can. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners. And this is going to be hard for me to tell you who it is because I don't really know much about him or what you guys did together. But apparently you went on a date with somebody who listens to our show.
Okay.
And now you're not calling them back for another date.
Okay. Who was it?
Well, he wouldn't tell us his real name. but he's going by the name of Dennis. So, did you go out on a date recently with like more than one person?
Well, I mean, you don't have any other information than that?
I just know his name is Dennis. That's what he'll let us call him. He said that he met you downtown and that you guys went to eat. Somewhere. And that he tried to kiss you at the end of the date. The only details that I have is that he tried to kiss you at the end of the date, and you said to him, let's save that for next time.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about...
I knew you would give too much information right off the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody named Dennis, but I do know somebody that sounds familiar to what you're saying. That the guy told me his name was not Dennis.
Okay.
Oh my God. He was so frustrating to talk to. He wouldn't give us any information and acted like everything was some secret about his life.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it could be Dennis. It could be anything. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I don't really know the guy that well, and I didn't really know him much better after the date. So I have no idea.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your date? Because he didn't give us any details.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess I can. It's one of the weirdest dates, if not the weirdest date I've ever been on. So, okay.
Really?
So we were going to go out to eat, and he came and picked me up, and he seemed really normal, like just talking to him, except for like these weird little things that would happen. Like when we actually got to the restaurant, he asked the hostess if we could sit at a table in the back of the restaurant, like, you know, further back from everything else.
Okay.
And he asked for that, like, really specifically with the hostess.
Weird.
And I'm, like, thinking to myself, this guy has got to be married or have a girlfriend or something because he's being so secretive about it, right?
I mean, okay, so he's a little picky about where he wants to sit in the restaurant. That's not, like, the worst thing in the world, is it?
Oh, my God, I didn't even tell you guys the best part.
There's more to it than that?
Yes. So we're sitting at the table, and he looks at me seriously, and he says, would you mind if we go secure?
What?
And I'm like, yeah, exactly. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean secure? And he takes out this, like, magnetic-looking thing. It looks like a pen. And he asked me if he could wipe my cell phone.
What do you
Wipe
mean?
it?
With like a Clorox clean wipe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I asked him, I was like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to clear the information from your cell phone, and then you can turn it off. I was like, I can just turn it off. No, you can't wipe my cell.
Yeah, I need the information on my cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I asked him, I was like, you know, what's your deal? Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Is there some reason that you're being so secretive about this? You know, and he started laughing really loud, like uncomfortably loud in the restaurant. And people were staring at us. And he's like, no, of course not. It's just the line of work that I'm in.
What?
And I was like, well, what kind of work do you do? What line of work are you in? And he said, if things go well, then he'll disclose more information to me later.
Oh, my gosh. That would make me go on a second date alone just because I'd be dying to know.
I know. It was totally intriguing. I really wanted to know more about him. I really wanted to know, like, what is this guy hiding?
Did you ever get an answer on that?
No. No, I did not. I mean, it was the weirdest date I've ever had, and I was just over it. So I wasn't going to call him back after that.
Well, it's unfortunate that you weren't going to call him back because I have to let you know that he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Dennis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Kathy. First of all, I'm very happy to hear that you're doing all right. I was worried about you because I wasn't able to get in touch. But look, I have to say, I know it sounds bad when you recount it that way, and you know, it sounds like I was being strange and you know, but all I can say is that if you knew more, you would know that I do have my reasons for what I was doing, and it really is best for all of us that that I, you know, don't disclose too much information.
Oh my gosh! I mean, is this really happening right now? You're trying to justify what happened?
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I just have to repeat. I mean, the more you know, the worse it is. The worse it could be.
What?
So then why would she want to date you if the more she knows?
Look, I will say this. I did really like you, and I wonder, you know, if I tell you a little bit more, would you consider going on a second date?
Probably not. I mean,
Just give me a chance to tell you. I can tell you a little bit more, and maybe you can decide after you know more.
I would love to hear a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if I do.
Dennis, can you please tell us a little bit more?
Give us
Give us
something.
some information about yourself, please.
Okay. So Kathy, I mean, look, I really shouldn't be. I mean, look, so there are certain government agencies that are involved in covert operations. I'm
Oh my
just,
God,
I wanna-
are you a spy or something?
Well,
Sounds like.
okay. I will say this. No, I am not currently involved in any of those government agencies. I'm not currently involved, but I'm very passionate about that line of work, and I would like to be a part of it someday.
What?
Oh God.
So
So wait, what?
you
don't even
want to
work.
be a spy?
I will say I would like to be a part of these elite government agencies.
Okay, that's not the way you do it by pretending like you're a spy right now. You like, I don't know, join the armed forces and go through training and maybe go to college.
Why do I have a feeling? Why do I have a feeling he's living in his mom's basement?
Yeah, or
He's like some
something.
internet hacker.
I've done a lot of research, and it involves a good deal of self-control and a certain style of living, and I'm just sort of preparing myself for that now to make sure that I'm ready.
So weird. Dennis, have you had any interviews with any of these government agencies that you're hoping to one day be a part of?
I really can't. I can't reveal that. I mean,
Yes, you can, actually, Dennis. You can reveal all of it because nobody cares if you reveal that information, not even the government.
well, I mean, you can think what you want on that matter, but that's why I'm in training for this, and you're not.
All right. Well, Dennis, I'm going to ask the question to Kathy to see if she'll give me an answer. Kathy, would you be interested in going out with Dennis again, a second date with a spy in training?
Spy in
Maybe
training.
you can learn a little bit more about him. We'll pay for a second date.
No, that's okay. I think so.
Oh, but think about how you could brag to your friends about how you're dating a pretend spy.
Yeah, I hear you guys laughing, and I understand. You might not understand what I'm dealing with, but I am confident that someday I'm going to have the job that I want. And Kathy, I'm glad to hear that you're okay, first of all. But I also, I'm disappointed that you don't want to do another date, but that it is part of the life that I've accepted.
Part of the job.
What you sign up for when your name is maybe Dennis and you're taking girls out on dates. It's not very easy, is it?
It's true. It is a hard life, but I've chosen to accept it.
Doesn't even get it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says that guy probably works loss prevention at Walmart. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Dennis and Kathy went out on a date. And if there's one thing we know about women, they love mystery. But maybe Dennis was too mysterious.
Way too mysterious.
Because we got Kathy on the phone and we found out that during their date, Dennis asked her to completely wipe out the information on her phone. Mm-hmm. And was being very sneaky about his job, almost shady. But Dennis admitted that the reason he behaved that way was because he was trying to become a spy. Mm-hmm. And he has no affiliation with any sort of government entity or anything yet. But he will be a spy someday. And he's trying to become a spy, so he operates that way and wanted her to wipe out her phone and so that they would never be seen together and all that other stuff. She said,
Annoying would that be?
yeah, it'd be so annoying.
I like the text that came in that says, the day he becomes a spy, I'll be an Avenger.
Yeah. She said she didn't want to go out with a pretend spy, so no second date update. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today, Russell is on the phone for a second date update, and he didn't give me much detail in the email that he sent in, but I'm guessing that he hooked up on the first date because all he said was his date only lasted a minute. So, congratulations, Russell. Sounds successful to me, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that really true?
Sounds like it is.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't literally like a minute. It was like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
They're not
that's what
talking about the.
That's what every man says, okay, afterwards.
Yeah,
You
they're
put
asking-
a timer on that thing, and that is not
He
true.
doesn't get it, though.
Yeah, they're asking if you actually hooked up on your first date.
Yes.
No. So we made it as far as like sitting down for dinner, and then that was over.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Fully
that makes-
Sorry,
closed,
I
fully
thought
closed.
I thought it was more clear on that very easy joke there, Russell, but I
Yeah.
guess not. Before we get into your actual date, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Tanya.
Tanya.
Ooh, you said it like that, like you still like her a lot. I mean, obviously you're calling us. Where did you meet Tanya?
The jewelry part of the department store.
What?
I needed to buy a new watch because I was late for work a lot.
And so you needed a watch.
I've been late like 5 times. It's kind of embarrassing, but so I needed a watch, and I was browsing at the mall, and I went into this place, and as soon as I walked in, Tanya, like I saw her out of the corner of my eye, and I looked over, and she smiled at me. I don't know.
You're getting flustered.
Anyway, I'm looking at like trying to find the cheapest watches, and I never go into a place like that, so I'm kind of clueless.
They were all expensive. There wasn't a cheap section for you?
I ended up going through a whole routine with her, so I found the cheap section, and then she walked me to the expensive section, and
Of course, like a good salesperson.
yeah, but it didn't feel like that, honestly. It felt like she really, I don't know, sometimes you feel like a person just sees you.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to say.
So she was a good salesperson.
It's like genuine.
She confused you into thinking that she actually cared about you, not just selling you a product.
Oh my God, you guys, they
or
went
she
on
was
a
nice.
date. She obviously cared about him,
I don't
right?
think they
Like,
did go on a date. It was...
did you ask her out?
Yeah, I did ask her out. I ended up buying like a $400 watch.
Whoa!
Oh, damn.
Just to impress her?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, just to impress her. I didn't need it, and she wasn't pushing it on me. I just bought it.
Is it
Oh
a
my
chain
God.
department store so you could take it back at another location?
I could. I haven't worn it yet, actually. Well, I have worn it actually. But that's later.
Okay.
So
That's later. Oh, we're gonna get into where you've worn the watch to later, huh?
yeah. So she's ringing me up, and she said, "Okay, thanks," and just like kept looking at me like there was more to say, and so I just asked her out.
Good for you. Is that?
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like that's not something you normally do.
Yeah, it sounds pretty
Not
bold.
really. No. She was just so nice.
Okay,
Oh,
and
that's
obviously
rad.
she said yes. So
She did. She said yes.
what'd you guys do on your date?
We met for dinner, and I got there a little earlier than her, so I put in the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came into the lobby, and we had a nice little quick hug. And then we walk to the table, and we sit down. And as she sits down, she like rips this huge fart.
Oh, no.
I did not
On
think
purpose?
Oh,
It was clearly not on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
what
thought,
woman
maybe
is going to do that on purpose
Hey, I
on
don't
a
know.
first date?
maybe she's a
Jubal?
jokester.
No.
You know?
No.
Was she mortified?
She was mortified. It totally announced our arrival to the whole restaurant.
Oh my God, that loud?
That was that bad, huh?
Dang.
Oh, it was everybody turned and looked.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, I feel embarrassed just hearing this story.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God. Is that why she left? You said she left right away.
She used herself to the bathroom right away. Before I
Did you-
even had a chance to say anything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Did you call attention to it?
I didn't. Well, I mean, I laughed just impulsively
Oh, you did.
Oh, no.
because I didn't think it was going to make her run away screaming. But in retrospect, it was clearly kind of a mortifying moment.
Right.
How is that in retrospect? That should be like very clear in the moment. If you're farting when you're sitting down and the restaurant turns and stares at you.
To be fair, when somebody farts, you laugh. That's just kind of the first thing that
Oh
happens.
my
Yeah,
God.
it does just kind of
But
happen.
you should have claimed it
Dude,
yourself to save
I
her.
know, but
Well,
like,
I didn't think it was a big deal. Anyway, she clearly did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so?
So she went to the bathroom, and I'm waiting, and she just never comes back.
oh, poor girl.
I eventually asked the waitress if she'll go into the ladies' room and check for her. And so she went and checked, and she wasn't there, and I
Oh.
never ordered dinner, and I just left, and I felt like an idiot.
Oh, that's
All right, so
sad.
a bad fart killed your date.
Oh, man.
Why haven't you gone back to the department store to check on her? Well, not check on her, I guess. Ask her out again and tell
Yeah.
everything's like, "Are you okay?" That sounded really unhealthy.
No, I've gone back, and a couple times she wasn't working, and then there were a couple times where she was working, and she was busy with customers. And I was like, one time I like hid behind a rack of clothes, and
That's weird.
Anyway, I didn't know what to say. What am I supposed to do? Go up to her and be like, "Hey, it's okay that you farted"?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
think
that's
so.
exactly what you should say. Absolutely.
Loudly in front of everybody.
You've got to address the elephant in the room, right?
Well, because what am I supposed to do? Just in front of all the other customers say that, or?
Well, I know you ask her like, "Hey, do you have a second to talk?" And you guys walk off the sales floor somewhere else.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess, but it was just I don't know. Maybe I was embarrassed myself, and I don't know. It kind of took a lot just to even ask her out in the first place. I just don't hope she doesn't feel mad at me because I laughed or.
Yeah.
She might. Maybe that's why she's not calling you back. All right, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Great, thanks.
Yep, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Russell is on the phone, and he wants to call Tanya. He met her while he was shopping for a watch at a department store, liked her so much that he actually bought a $400 watch, and then asked her out on a date. She agreed to go on a date. They met for dinner, but the date didn't last very long. Am I forgetting an important detail?
How could you
Oh,
forget?
that's right. She farted very loudly while she sat down at the table, then excused herself, and that's the last Russell has ever heard from Tanya. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if the fart is the reason that she's not calling him back.
Russell, this could really backfire. I mean, if she's so embarrassed about that fart where everyone in the restaurant turned and looked at her, probably calling her out publicly about it is maybe not the best route to take.
Well, we're doing it now, so.
Okay. I hope that we can make her feel like, hey, totally normal body function, not the best timing. You shouldn't be embarrassed, right? That's our goal here.
Exactly. That's the primary goal.
Okay.
Make her feel okay, and then the secondary goal, if I get everything I want, would be that she would go out with me.
Yeah.
Because I really liked her.
Maybe if you get enough dates, you can get her back to your house and she can fart on your couch while you're watching Netflix. All right, I'm going
In the morning.
to text in at 78592 says, so she farted in a restaurant full of people and he farted on air for at least 9 people. Still doesn't seem equal. And I agree with you on that. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Russell wanted to call Tanya. Another classic case of fart and flee. Tanya accidentally farted while they were on their first date at the dinner table. She then excused herself and left and was obviously very embarrassed. That's why she wasn't calling him back. Russell tried to show her that he was cool with the fart, and farting's not a big deal. He even farted over the phone
On command.
to try to convince her. Yeah, it wasn't the most impressive fart, but
It wasn't.
he was able to do it, and that won Tanya back over. So they decided to go out on a second date.
I
Remember,
like the text that says, this is the most wholesome second date update you guys have ever had.
yeah. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who wouldn't call you back.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's a difference between just getting blown off after a date and then somebody just being rude to you.
Ooh.
You know?
Totally.
Like, you can go out with someone and then just ghost and not ever talk to them, or you can go the other route and be like, you're an idiot, leave me alone, never want to talk to you again. And that's a situation that Rachel is in, I guess. Rachel's on the phone right now to do a second date update. She met a dude, and I guess now he's kind of being a jerk, and she just wants to know why. What's up, Rachel? How are you?
Hi.
Oh, God, I know why he's being a jerk. Jeez, what's your attitude for, Rachel?
Come on.
I'm such a mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
You,
Your
you,
laugh is me.
yeah, you sound so hard to deal with.
I'm not.
I
Whole thing.
don't think the question here is why is he not calling you back? It's like, why do you want to call him? Why do you want to waste your energy on this dude?
I mean, he was hot.
Okay. Okay.
Like, we got it off. I mean, we hit it off right away.
You
like,
almost said we got it on.
Yeah.
Did you get it on during your date?
maybe we did a little.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. We'll get into that in just a second. But tell us about the dude. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Jason.
Jason, all right. And where did you meet Jason?
I met Jason at a house party.
Okay.
We were at this party together, and I was in the other room, and I could, like, see into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I could just, like, tell from the back of his head that he was, like, so hot. Like, I just saw him. I didn't even see his face.
Dude, if a
Wow.
man is hot from the back of his head, he is definitely.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
Well, you ever look at
Well-
someone from behind and you're like, man, they're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they turn around and you're like, whoa, was I wrong?
Yeah.
Not in this case?
No, not in this case. I mean, it was, like, gorgeous man. Like, a light was shining around him. He was, like, the life of the party. He looked so good. And then I was just sort of, like, I guess I locked eyes with the back of his head. But I was, like, waiting
And then finally he did turn around, and I was like, I knew it.
I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, I was totally right.
Did you approach him or did he approach you?
Well, I kind of casually made my way into the kitchen, and I walked over to his group of people he was talking to, and just sort of basically laughing at everything that he said.
Oh, so you just sort of inserted yourself in the conversation and then just started laughing at whatever he was talking about.
Yes, I thought I was pretty smooth about it, but I mean, I was going in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I was making an approach.
And did he notice you right away?
I mean, eventually he did. He noticed that I thought he was hilarious and clearly thought that he was, hot because I was, staring at him laughing. But, it felt like he was reciprocating,
Well, you said that you guys kind of got it on, so I guess he probably was reciprocating.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
How'd the rest of the evening go? I want to get to the...
It was mostly awesome. A little tiny awkward thing happened, but mostly we were basically I realized that nobody was around us. It was just the two of us, and we were really having a good time, and we were having drinks, and eventually we made our way outside. And we were outside and talking, and then we sort of found our way to the side yard, and we're not talking so much, and we're more making out a little bit.
Okay,
all right.
side yard makeout session. Hey. Yeah, that's so nobody can interrupt.
Yeah, it was kind of great because it was just we were still at the party, but we were in our own little space, and we basically started fooling around, and we were having a lot of fun. Things were getting a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we sort of slammed into a trash can.
Jeez.
Yeah, things were getting
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, damn.
My God.
Yeah.
She grabs it and just...
Seriously.
What happened?
Well, the trash can was one of those loud kind, and it tumbled to the ground, crashing into the pool deck area. It was really loud and a little
Jeez.
awkward.
Okay.
And basically, the host came out with a flashlight and totally shined it on us.
That's awesome.
Break it up.
Yeah, they're expecting raccoons, and they come
Seriously.
around to see you guys make it out.
Yeah, it was we were totally caught.
Yeah. I just picture the two of you, you're bent over and you're looking at the flashlight and your beady little eyes.
Yeah, totally.
It was a lot like that.
Okay, that's nice and awkward. Did you go back into the party after that?
Yeah, we sort of got ourselves together, and we it was funny. We thought it was funny.
Okay.
And then so a couple days later, basically I texted him, and he was like, "Who's this? I have a new phone." And then I was like, "I'm Rachel from the party." Rachel, the not raccoon from the party.
Yeah, totally.
And now he is being really rude.
What do you mean?
How?
Is
What's
he
he
being
saying?
rude if he doesn't know who you are?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he doesn't know who I am. But how could you not remember that? How could you forget that? So.
And you sure you have the right phone number?
We texted that night. I saw him receive a text from me that night, and then we texted for a couple days after, and now it's now he's acting like I don't exist.
What is he saying? After "Who's this?" did he respond?
Well, when I said I'm Rachel from the party, he was like, Rachel who?
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know you. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I don't know you. Wow. All right.
Jeez.
I'm like, dude, you know me. I know you know me.
Pretty well.
Unless he was blackout drunk for 2 days, but no.
For
Yeah.
2 days, it could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be, but it just you probably at this point just want to know why he's being so rude to you.
Exactly.
I
I want
guess
to know
you
why
do.
he's being so rude to me. And it's it feels like there's something else going on. Maybe his girlfriend was out of town, and that's,
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I didn't even think of that.
That's why he would be like, I don't know you,
Yeah.
because his girlfriend might be checking his phone.
his
And then
text
you deleted your
messages.
number.
or something. It just seems a little weird to be all about it, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think you're right.
I think you're
If
right.
we find out he has a girlfriend, is your goal to call him out on air about it?
I just want to know what the deal is, why he's being so two-faced.
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's understandable. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I think we're about to catch somebody who's cheating.
Ooh,
It's
me
Brooke and
too.
Jubal in the morning. If you're just joining us for the second date update, Rachel is on the phone, and she met a dude at a party. They ended up having a good time. They even hooked up outside by the trash cans and knocked over a trash can. And the host of the party thought they were raccoons getting into the trash and actually caught them in the act. That was embarrassing for her. But Anyway, she liked the dude a lot. They texted a little bit right after meeting, and then he disappeared. And then she texted him again, and he said, new phone, who this? And then said, I don't know you, leave me alone, and things like that. So we're guessing that maybe he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend may have seen text messages from Rachel. So I think we're definitely about to bust him. Rachel, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Oh, I forgot to ask you, have you done any detective work, found him on social media, asked your friends about what his relationship status is?
I mean, I asked our friend who's the host of the party, but he's like a friend of a friend.
Oh.
So, I don't really know his last name. There are a lot of Jasons in the world.
Yeah, there is.
You search through every Jason on
she's
Facebook.
She's trying to find the hottest one. Show me the back of your head, because that's all I remember. You were so hot from the back.
Exactly. I needed that to be the profile pic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to...
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Take a seat.
Text in at 78592 that says, you need to hire Trevor as an intern right now.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, Rachel called us and she wanted us to get a hold of a dude named Jason. They met at a party. They hooked up actually in the side yard and got caught by the host. And they texted for a day or two afterwards. And then suddenly he stopped responding and then started responding rudely. Like, who's this? I don't know you. Leave me alone. And then we called that number and a kid named Trevor answered and said that he just got a new phone.
Yeah.
So obviously, Jason had canceled his phone service, and Trevor must have got his new number. Yeah. And then Trevor started hitting on Rachel and tried to get her to hang out sometime.
Dude,
she said no because Trevor sounded like he might be late for social studies class.
Right?
He was definitely in high school.
Totally.
Yeah.
But he had so much game.
Yeah, people texting in this guy's a legend
what?
already.
Yeah. Dude, I think she almost said yes.
Right?
I think so.
Until she had to check herself and be like, wait a minute, I don't need to go to prom again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Trevor kid is going to take over the world someday.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to meet him. And hopefully he finishes up his last couple years of high school and then maybe gets a date with Rachel. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Alan is on the phone today for a second date update, and he actually had to go to the hospital right after he met the girl he wants to call today. So I'm guessing Alan got some love sickness.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what I'm guessing. Is that what happened, Alan?
It wasn't exactly that. It's a lack of love sickness, which is why I'm calling you guys.
Okay. This is going to be a good story. I like stories that end in the hospital. I mean, as long as the person is fine afterwards.
Okay.
I live to tell the tale.
Okay.
Yeah. What's her name, by the way?
Her name is Faith.
Faith. Okay. How'd you meet Faith?
So I'm at a bar with a couple buddies, and I'm a little bit short on cash at the moment, so I need, the guys to pay for a round, and they don't want to because they're punks sometimes. So we start betting each other for what I can do for it, and we talk about a bunch of different stuff, and finally say, look, I'm going to chug this entire bottle of hot sauce if you pay for my drinks.
What? This is what you're resorting to? You sounded like a real put-together guy at the beginning of this.
I mean, I'm pretty put together, but I get dumb sometimes with my friends, and we challenge each other to stupid stuff. So
Okay, this sounds awful.
I'm a man of my word. I chug the hot sauce.
Oh, dude.
The whole, like a whole bottle?
Yeah, a whole bottle. It was like 3 or 4 gulps. As people are hearing us kind of joke around with each other about me doing it, and so people started paying attention. So by the time that I unscrew the label, in the top of it, everybody's watching. So the entire bar, they literally cut the music on the jukebox.
Oh, wow. So you're like the man of the hour.
Totally. I had 15 people shouting chug.
What? And that's when she fell for you, when she saw you take that bottle in your hand, because there's nothing a woman wants more than a man that can chug hot sauce.
I think it's, somebody who takes control. I think that's what she saw in me. But so she I do it, the guy's slap me on the back, and she walks over, which is always a good sign. Yeah. And she says, that was pretty impressive. Let me buy you a beer for that.
Yeah,
she
really
did
like it.
Turn her on. You may have found the woman of your dreams.
I feel pretty lucky at this point,
Mm-hmm.
And we, I go excuse myself from my friends, and we go over to the bar, and we're chatting a little bit, and it's really nice. So we start, we exchange numbers, and that's putting the hot sauce.
So that's when it kicked in.
That's when it kicks in, yeah.
All right. And by kicking in, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, you know how some people get the runs?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I felt like I was about to get the sprints.
Oh.
I can imagine.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's so gross.
And this is while you were talking to her?
Oh, totally. Like I'm salivating. Like I can feel like it's going to get out one way or another. And I don't, want to, I don't want any liquids to get on her.
Yeah, puke all over or do something else all over.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
That would have been even more disturbing if you did that and she's just like, ooh, now I really want to take you home.
Right? I don't want to know that yet. So I get my buddies to come over. I text them real quick, and they say, like, oh, we have to go to this other bar. So I basically make up an excuse. We say, oh, I've got your number. I'll text you soon. And I leave. And that's when I go to the hospital, and I found out that I actually have an ulcer.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
you left and went to the hospital and you have an ulcer?
Yeah, and I'll be fine. It's one of those things where it's, don't be dumb, like chug bottles of hot sauce. So I won't be doing that bad again.
I don't think doctors recommend you do that when you have an ulcer.
Ever, I think.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 don't. So we hung out again. It was nice, and we went to a different bar, and I tried to really limit the amount of alcohol that I was drinking because of the ulcer. It was nice, but I had to cut it short. I have this appointment that I legitimately have to get to, and so I have to cut short that hangout. So this is the second time in a row that I've kind of like been like a little bit of a flake to her, like we were barely talking and then I left, and then this other time we were maybe hanging out for like half an hour. So now when I text her and I even tried calling her and left a message, she's just not responding. And I think it's because she thinks that I'm going to bail on her. Or
Right. Did you tell her beforehand that you had an appointment to get to and coffee will be short?
I forgot, to be honest, which is dumb.
Why did you schedule it that way?
I was just being dumb. I thought that I had time to do it, and she was the one who suggested that time, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm busy that time.
Yeah.
So I didn't even really think about it. I was just excited. Like she said, let's meet for a day. I was like, oh yeah, sure, of course.
I'm noticing a theme with you, Alan. Being dumb a lot.
Yeah.
The hot sauce, I was dumb. The scheduling, I was dumb.
Me and my bros get dumb.
Yeah.
I'll totally cop to that. I will cop to not always being the smartest guy in the room.
Okay.
So how long did your hangout actually last?
I'd say it was like 25 minutes, half an hour. Enough where we got to kind of know each other and have some, it was starting to get a good conversation, but then I had to bail.
Yeah, that's really short.
Yeah, that is
I
really,
mean,
really short.
I feel like you have to at least have an hour with someone to even be considered not rude.
Yeah, for it to be a date, right? I kind of feel like we haven't even gone on a date yet.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. You met her at a bar and you had to leave and then go to the hospital because you chugged hot sauce, and then you met up for a date and you were there for half an hour before you had to go somewhere else. I can see how that would make somebody think that you're a little flaky.
Yeah, when she's so cute and she's super nice. So, if anything, I just want to be like, hey, I'm sorry. You're great. But, I kind of feel like we have a connection. So I'd like to, if there's a chance, I want to try.
Okay.
And I forget, she's not responding to you now at all, or she's just kind of blowing you off?
Yeah, she's not responding to me at all.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Alan is on the phone, and Alan is dumb. That's not my words, those are his words.
That's true.
Alan met a girl named Faith at a bar one night. His first dumb move was chugging a bottle of hot sauce because his buddies dared him to do it.
Hey, she was impressed by that, though.
Yep, but that's how he met her. And then his second dumb move was after he set up a date with her, he met up with her, but he had an appointment that day, so they only spent 30 minutes hanging out and having a few more drinks at another bar a week later, and now she's not calling him back. Alan, we're about to call her. Are you ready?
I'm excited, man. I think that you're right. Sometimes I act dumb, but I think that she's pretty cool, and it'd be smart for us to get together.
Yeah, but maybe she's reading the red flags correctly, and you are flaky.
I mean, no, I don't think that I'm flaky in that way. I'm probably flaky in other ways. I should probably, do laundry more or something like that. But I'm a good partner.
Okay.
All right, well, dial her phone number right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Faith, please?
this is she.
Hey, Faith, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Wait, who is this again?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning?
Oh, like a radio station?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the whole station, but we're on
Just
a
the
radio
morning show.
station.
We're the morning part.
Sorry, I don't listen to the radio much.
I'm calling you today, though. I know it's probably confusing why radio show or station or whoever is calling you, but I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Who? Why?
Well, because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Updates, where if you go out on a date with somebody
and then end up blowing them off, they can email us and we'll call you and ask why. So you went out on a date with somebody and you're not calling them back and they want to know what they did wrong.
Oh, so people do this stuff?
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of weird, huh?
Unfortunately for some people, fortunately for us, though, because it brings us show content. But the guy who emailed us, his name is Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah,
Alan. He likes his hot sauce.
Yes, he did.
I could not believe you went up to, he told us, you went up to him in a bar and asked him out after you saw him chug a bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah, I was with my girlfriends, and we were, like, chatting, and the whole bar, like, went silent. They turned everything off, and everyone was just watching, and I was like, I want to talk to that guy because I need some happiness and laughter in my life.
Was it the hot sauce that did it, or did you also find him attractive?
I mean, he's good looking, too, but, I mean, the hot sauce was the...
Yeah, that's the way to your heart, isn't it, Faith?
That's so funny.
Well,
I mean, it's hard to go talk to people, but it was a good... introduction thing, you know, but yeah, him and his buddies had to go. They were going off somewhere else or whatever they were doing, and so we exchanged numbers and stuff.
Yeah, and he told us about that. He also said that you guys got together for an actual date, and he had to cut it short. And he thinks that you're not calling him back because you might think he's flaky because he didn't spend a lot of time with you both occasions.
No.
No, that's not why you're not calling him back?
Yeah, that's not why.
Do you mind telling us why?
I don't know what he told you about the date.
He said that he met up with you at a bar and ended up having to leave like half an hour in.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all he told us.
Oh, he didn't tell you anything else about, you know, his appointment or what happened?
No, he just said he had an appointment. I guess we should have asked. We didn't ask.
He said that he liked you and that he thought you guys had a good connection.
Yeah, we had good conversation, but like...
What else should he have told us? It sounds like you think he should have told us more, like there's more to the story.
So when I got there, you know, he was there first and he had a drink or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I gotta, you know, loosen up for my appointment. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get waxed. And I'm just like, ow, why would you do that? Like, you're gonna wax your chest? And he was like, no, I wanna wax my nether regions.
Oh, that kind of waxing, like a Brazilian or something.
Yes.
He cut your date short for a wax appointment?
Yes. And I was like, why? You know, guys that I've talked to or have dated in the past, I've never heard of them go for a Brazilian, you know, and I was like, why? And he was like, well, you know, the ladies love it. And I was like, which ladies are you talking to? Like, are you currently seeing somebody now that, like, likes it, or are you just doing it for future purposes? And he's like, no, man, like, just, you know, I know that the ladies love it.
It sounds almost like he was trying to brag to you, like, hey, you keep hanging out with me. I'm all smooth down there.
Right. Or, like, the assumption that if he goes get this done, he's going to go, you know, hook up with somebody and he's all prepared for it or whatever.
You can't knock a guy for his upkeep choices, right?
Yeah,
everybody's different. They have different preferences.
At least he's doing something about it. Some guys just let that forest grow.
I've never seen it either. Maybe it's not so bad.
I don't know. And then, like, you know, towards the end, like, because it was only about 30 minutes or whatever, and there was 5 minutes left, and he's like, okay, I got to go pay my bill. And I was like, okay. And he comes back with 2 shots. And he sits down and takes both shots.
What?
And then he's like, all right, well, I got to go.
He takes both shots and then just peace. See ya.
Come on, man.
And how drunk is he getting before he goes and gets waxed?
I don't know how long he had been there before I got there.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's kind of rude to bring somebody 2 shots and then take them both yourself.
And the table next to me was like, did that really just happen?
Yeah, I mean, the shot thing is rude, and also the fact you can reschedule a waxing appointment like any time.
It was all just too weird for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm
I
sorry
can
to
see
get
that.
weird on you again, but Alan is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
I said Alan's on the other line and wants to talk to you. Well, unless he had to go to a waxing appointment. I don't know. Alan, are you still there?
No, I'm here. Hey, Faith.
Hi.
Do you come to this radio station often?
Oh my God, Alan, you did not just do that. That is like 18 billion points against you right there.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I know it's weird. I feel a little awkward because of the situation, but I just wanted to talk to you.
On the radio?
Well, you weren't returning a phone call or any of my texts, so I think that you're really cute. I think we have a good chemistry, and, you know, maybe this could be another part of a weird story we tell our grandkids.
Oh, God. That's really nice of you to say, but were you listening to what I was just saying about how the whole thing that you're doing down there is just a little weird to me? It's just kind of a weird thing that you think that you have to do.
What are you talking about? Women love this. I've had more compliments since I started my wax phase than I ever had before.
My wax phase.
Interesting.
wax
And
you got there.
what kind of compliments are you receiving, Alan?
I mean, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but the feedback has been very good.
Feedback.
Feedback is very good. Faith, what do you think about that? It's got good feedback down there.
4 stars.
You got a good Yelp review on that thing, yeah.
5 stars.
Oh, 5.
Oh, my God. I just have never heard of this.
Even if it's that, like, why would you bring it up on a first date?
Yeah.
Well, what's more awkward, for me to talk about it beforehand or for, you know, Lil Davey to show up freshly shorn?
Little
Little Davey. So he's got a name, too, that bald little guy.
Yeah, King of the Wild Frontier, man.
Oh, my God.
You know, maybe some people say that we talk too much about sex. I don't think that we talk enough about it. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm sorry if it was a weird way to do it. It's something you're not used to, but I promise you, look, I saw an episode of Sex and the City on it. The internet's been blowing up about it.
Oh.
I've just never heard of it before. Like, I've dated a bunch of guys that have never done it. Tons of girlfriends, no one's ever talked about it. Like, I mentioned it to my friends, and they were like, what? Who does that?
The thing is, Faith, I mean, he sounds like a really confident man. He's not embarrassed about it. I don't know. I don't think those are negatives.
I'm not embarrassed about it at all. I will be very candid about that.
I mean, like, how long have you been doing this for? I'm just curious.
I've been doing this for 4.5 years.
There you go.
I've had, a long-term relationship and some dating and another shorter relationship, so I feel like I've seen the span of how people deal with it, and it's been pretty good.
Faith, that is a good sell. I'm going to tell you right now, he has converted at least 4 men listening to give it a try.
It sounds lovely.
It does.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of curious now.
All right. Well, Faith, then would you go out on a second date with Alan? We will pay for it.
I mean, yeah, sure.
That's awesome.
Really? Alan,
That's what I'm talking about.
congratulations.
Oh, man.
I would say you got a second date, but I think your hairless buddy got the date.
Hey,
Davey.
Lil
Yeah.
Davey. Lil Davey's smooth, just like you are, Alan.
There's no pressure for Lil Davey to make a special guest appearance, but Faith, I think we're going to have fun either way. So
All right.
All right.
Everybody's ready.
Well, congratulations to Faith, Alan, and Lil Davey. Successful second date update.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, stop manscape shaming. I agree. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude, Alan, met Faith, the girl that he wanted to call, at a bar one night while he drank a whole bottle of hot sauce as part of a bet with his friends. They ended up going out on a date, but only hung out for like 30 minutes because Alan forgot that he had an appointment that day. Well, we called Faith, and she told us that the appointment Alan had was to get waxed down there. And she thought it was a little strange.
Well, mankini wax.
It's intense. Like, manscaping is one thing, but, like, just bare?
Like getting waxed.
I've never come across it.
I cannot imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to do it for the pain.
I know.
Well, or the person who has to do it. Like, there's a lot of creases underneath, and
That's
how
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
get in there?
Even just manscaping down there is kind of difficult,
Well,
let alone...
Alan claims that the ladies love having a man who's well-groomed down there and that the feedback he's gotten has been pretty good. And in the end, Faith, her curiosity won out, and she decided to see for herself. So they're going out on a second date.
I think we can all agree,
I
men
feel
or
like-
women, we like it if you got a little haircut or a little,
This is
something down there.
1 second date update. I'd like a report on how, I'd like a review.
Yeah.
I'd like a Yelp review on how this turns out.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.